Hi, big hello to everyone. I'm here to share my experience of the fasting, which I did very recently, 3 to 4 weeks back. This is the prolonged fasting which I did, prolonged water fasting, where you take only water for 3 days, 3 full days, 72 hours of fasting. So I have taken it in the month of September after my husband had taken it. He wanted me to join him, but I couldn't. I couldn't even think about attempting it because I love food and I cannot skip any of the meals of the day. So I totally was staying away from it. But when I saw him finishing it, I felt like it's a challenging job. It's you have to give it a try. And very soon, in the next few days, I have taken it blindly. I didn't know anything about it, any benefits of the fasting, how you do it, how you break it, how you come back to the normal diet. I was totally blind about this. So what I did is I planned to do it once again. If at all I'm going to do it, I will do it after understanding about the fasting and about the benefits of the fasting. So I started reading about the fasting and I understood the benefits of the fasting, and I was planning myself to take it once more. And luckily, my husband planned again after 3 months to do it, and he wanted me to join again. I didn't have to think twice. I straight away said, yes, we'll do it. And we started doing it. How you do it is you have to stop your intake of the food after any one of the meals of the day, be it breakfast, lunch, or dinner. And you stop any one of the meal at that point of any one of the meal, and after that don't take anything other than plain water. And then you continue like this for 3 full days, and you break the fast by drinking water and then come back to your normal diet very slowly by drinking diluted orange juices, then undiluted orange juices, then whole of the fruits, vegetables, steamed vegetables, vegetable soups, and normally back to your diet. This is the way you have to do it. And what's going on in your body while you are in the starvation mode? Let me explain that. When you usually take in the food, what happens is the body will absorb the energy in the form of glucose. And the moment the glucose enters the bloodstream, there is a hormone which is secreted in your body which is called insulin. Everybody must be knowing about this. So this insulin, why is it secreted? Is the glucose by itself cannot enter the cells. So what it does is it binds along with the insulin, and it can enter the cells to distribute the energy to the cells, and it is converted into stored glucose which is called glycogen, which can be used at a time of scarcity. This is the usual happening in your body when you take in food. But when you stop taking in the food, what happens? The glucose entry into the bloodstream is stopped, and this will make the insulin level coming down. It drops down. And the moment the insulin level is dropped, there is another hormone secreted by the pancreas, which is called glucagon. Why is it secreting glucagon? Because at the time of starvation, the body is recognizing that it is in the starvation mode. So it has to take energy from the stored food, which is glycogen. And this glycogen needs to be mobilized. That is why glucagon is coming into picture. Glucagon will mobilize this glycogen throughout your body. At the same time, it will inhibit the synthesis of glycogen, because the glycogen will be converted into glucose. Again, if it is converted back to glycogen, because when the glucose level comes in, insulin level goes up, and the insulin will make this glucose converting back to glycogen. So this should not happen again. So for that purpose, the glucagon will inhibit the synthesis of glycogen also. So it mobilizes the glycogen. The glucagon mobilizes the glycogen at the same time inhibits the synthesis of glycogen. So your body is getting the glucose by breaking down of this glycogen. But the fact is, the body will not store glycogen for not more than a day or two. So by the end of 48 hours, your glycogen reserve will be depleted. So this is the first stage of starvation, the earliest stage of starvation. So when the glycogen reserve is depleted, what happens is it needs energy to move on. So the next source is actually amino acids, which is formed by the breaking down of proteins. But the brilliance of our body will not let that to happen, because for moving on, the large muscle mass to move on, it needs proteins. So the body will not touch the proteins at this stage of starvation. Definitely it's going to take it at the last stage of starvation, where the loss of function will start, and that will inevitably lead to death. This happens only in the last stage, which comes after at least a month, not at the stage, at the level of 3 days or 5 days or 7 days. You are safe in the spirit, unless otherwise you are not a diabetic patient. So what happens is the glycogen reserve will be depleted in a day or two. So it needs energy. So the body cannot touch proteins. So what happens is it will take the stored fat. The stored fat has energy. It can be converted into energy. How is it converted into energy? The fatty acids is bound with the fat. It's always bound with the fat. So the fatty acids get separated from the lipids, and this is supplied to the muscles. The entry of fatty acids into the muscle cells is free at this point of time when the insulin level is down. So it enters freely into the muscle cells, where it gets degraded. But the degraded biochemical compounds cannot be converted into glucose. So what happens is this will be exported to the liver, where the oxidation of this biochemical product happens, and glucose will be released from the liver into the bloodstream. So the bloodstream glucose level is increasing. For the same reason, for diabetic patients, it is not advised to take it without having any monitoring facility or without the advice of the doctor. If at all you are doing it, keep on monitoring your blood sugar level. It's very dangerous. So people who are not taking any medications, you can easily take it. You don't have to fear. So this is what is happening. This is the second stage of starvation, and this continues to happen. But the thing is, the oxidation of these products and the release of glucose will become difficult after some time, because in the absence of certain other biochemical compounds. So what happens is the liver will start producing certain compounds called ketone bodies. So this is the third stage of starvation. The ketone bodies are the next source of energy for your body. Their energy level, the supply, the release of the energy from this ketone bodies is much higher than glucose level. When you compare the energy released by the glycogen breaking down, by the breaking down of fatty acids and the production of ketone bodies, it is in the ascending order. When you compare one molecule of glycogen and one molecule of fatty acids, the glucose released is 80 times more in the degradation of fatty acids. So that is why, for the same reason, you will feel more energetic after completing 48 hours. You feel like you can do anything. I was doing my yoga every day, all the 3 days. I went for outing also for a small walk for 30 minutes. You have to listen to your body. Whatever your body communicates to you, you have to do that. Don't do anything vigorously. You can do, if you are feeling good, you can do something very mildly. Don't strain your body at this stage. So this is the third stage, where ketone bodies are produced in your body. They are bodies, more than one body. So they are 3 compounds actually. One of them is a volatile thing which gets exhaled from your body. And the other 2 products, biochemical products, are the one who is supplying energy to your body. And it is said that the ketone bodies can break the blood-brain barrier. So the brain cells become more happy to get more energy. The brain cells gets replenished also. And also there are certain other things happening in the body at the same time. That is replenishing of the white blood cells. When these cells start starving, they start eating up themselves. And when this happens, the damaged or unhealthy white blood cells gets replenished. And when the white blood cells count comes down, the stem cells gets triggered to produce more white blood cells. And white blood cells, as you know, are part of the immune system, which when this WBC count is going up, that means your immune system is coming up. It is getting healthier than before. So that is the most important benefit of this fasting. Your immune system is getting healthier. The frequency of falling sickness will come down. So the immune system is going to a healthier track, and the brain cells are getting replenished. That means your memory is getting sharper, and you are getting a more clarity for your thinking. So there is another thing happening at the same stage. These the fat burning processes are going on. So the fat needs to be mobilized through the body. You must have heard about LDL, HDL and triglycerides. What are these fellows doing in the body? Do you know? What happens is, LDL and HDL, they are the transporting agents of our body. They transport and distribute the fats throughout the body. So away from the liver. From the liver, it transports throughout the body. The LDL takes it away from the body, from the liver, and HDL takes it back. So LDL supplies lipids to the cells where it gives energy. That energy is distributed. So there will be extra energy, unutilized one, which will be transported back to the liver by HDL. And what happens to the extra fat? If you are eating a lot fatty foods, there will be extra fats that will be stored as triglycerides. So the fat burning processes are going on, means more and more fat needs to be mobilized. So logically, you can understand the LDL has to increase. But more energy is being utilized means the HDL level need not increase. It can stay at the same level, or maybe small changes can occur. But all the excess fats is being utilized by the body to supply the enough of energy for the body. So the triglycerides is coming down. Excess fat is being used up. So the triglycerides are coming down. And one more thing is going to happen. There is an enzyme called pKa that is linked to aging and tumor growth. So this enzyme comes down as well. That will make you look younger, stay young. That means it is anti-aging. The prolonged fasting is a way of anti-aging. So how many benefits you are getting from this prolonged fasting? Your immune system is getting better, your brain cells are getting better, your memory is getting sharper than before, your thinking clarity is getting better than before, your triglycerides is coming down, you look younger than before. It will help you look younger than before. It will reduce your fat, which everyone is desperately waiting for. So in short, you are only a gainer. This is a gaining game, not a losing game. Only thing what you lose is the fat. That is a benefit for you. So what I want to tell you is, try attempting this. The only stage of death is in the later stage, when the protein starts getting used up, and it will end up in loss of function of your heart, liver and kidney, which will lead to death. Taking this 3 days or 5 days or 7 days of fasting, you don't have to worry about it. So I hope this video will help you in swiping away the fear from your mind. I believe there is no other reason other than fear to stay away from this fasting. So try to do it. It is beneficial for your body. It will help you stay young, stay healthy. So next time, please join me to do. My friends are waiting for me to take it the next time for them to join me. So hope to see you soon for my experience of 5 days fasting next time. See you next time. Until then, stay healthy, eat healthy and be happy. Wishing you all Happy New Year. Thank you.